Hello and welcome to YNWA Transfer News, your ultimate source for all Liverpool FC transfer news. Our first news is this. Arne Slot has already outlined Alexander Isak challenge as Liverpool faces Hugo Ekitike dilemma. Arne Slot did not sign Alexander Isak only for the short term, but his $169 million, $125 million transfer deadline day edition from Newcastle is yet to get going. In a period of transition for Liverpool, its new number 9 has been slowly brought up to speed. He then picked up an injury setback just when Slot said he was at a fitness level where he could be fairly judged, and now there is an international break. To say that his time at Anfield so far has been anything other than an up-and-down experience would be wrong, though there is no need to panic. He is very much already Premier League proven, and it would be a major surprise if things didn't eventually work out. In the coming weeks, though, as Liverpool faces a slightly less daunting fixture list that kicks off with the visit of Nottingham Forest, there is a selection dilemma for Slot to solve. In the here and now, with Liverpool currently 8th, it needs points. For that, Hugo Ekitike appears to be the best option, with Florian Wirtz and Mohamed Salah also having recently shown some signs of life. Fitting in Isak as well is, as much as it is a luxury problem, a bit of a headache. Playing both him and Ekitike together is possible, but that would require some reshaping of the system and for someone else to miss out. Isak came in and had to do pre-season inside the season, Slot said ahead of the trip to Manchester City. You could say, why do you play him? But then he wouldn't be fit until the end of the season. We knew this before when we signed him, that it was going to take 3 to 6 months until he's up to his usual level. But if I never play him, I can't bring him to that level. That is the tricky balance that Slot faces. He needs a fully fit and firing Isak as soon as possible. He also needs to pick the best team for the here and now, which probably doesn't contain the Swede on current form. Don't expect him every single game 90 minutes on the pitch. That's definitely not going to happen in the upcoming weeks, Slot said in September. We've signed him not only for the upcoming 2 weeks, we've signed him for 6 years. This is what we have to keep in mind. That remains true, of course, but Liverpool will have to find a way of moving things forward. For now, Ekitike is the number 1. In the future, he and Isak might share the role or play together. Slot and Liverpool will have had a plan when the pair were brought in for big money. In the next month or so, we might be able to see it enacted for the first time. Florian Wirtz responds to criticism following forward's 160mm move. Florian Wirtz briefly became the most expensive player in British football history last summer. He joined Liverpool from Bayer Leverkusen for a fee that could reach 116 million. The landmark transfer was expertly overseen by sporting director Richard Hughes, who secured the 22-year-old to a lucrative 5-year contract, won over by the promises of head coach Arne Slot. Wirtz selected Anfield ahead of other transfer options, including Real Madrid and Manchester City. The new-look Liverpool attack, remodeled after the 2024-25 Premier League title win, would boast the Germany international as its centerpiece. Wirtz still struggling for LFC breakthrough. Only it's not worked out that way as yet. Wirtz is already through 11 Premier League games for the Reds, and has yet to provide a goal or an assist. Slot has even seen fit to not only field Wirtz from different positions other than no 10, but has also on occasion dropped the Leverkusen legend to the bench. New to the league and to the country, Wirtz has attracted lots of criticism in recent weeks. The likes of Wayne Rooney and Gary Neville have put the boot in of late, as Wirtz suffers in a Liverpool team short of results. And now an insightful article from Bild in Germany has revealed Wirtz's state of mind as he gets to grips with the barbs coming his way. Wirtz not bothered by criticism. He's not particularly bothered by these comments, the report reads, and they usually come from a certain quarter. Rooney, Ferdinand, Neville, they're all former players of arch-rivals Manchester United. Wirtz has provided 2 assists to this point in the Champions League, and he is also carving out a fair number of chances for his teammates. Wirtz will come good, The attacker has been defended staunchly by Germany national team boss Julian Nagelsmann this week, who instead pinned the blame on Liverpool's misfiring strikers. It's only a matter of time before it all comes together for Wirtz. But he is far from the only issue at the club right now. Arne Slot has a job on his hands to realign the club's title defense, and in time Wirtz will no doubt prove to be help and not a hindrance to those efforts. He is clearly still believing in himself that things will come good, and Liverpool fans therefore have strong incentives to remain optimistic. World-class star now ready to join Liverpool. An exciting star has made it clear he wants to join Liverpool in the January window. Right now, there's a lot of focus in the media about the number of players Richard Hughes signed for the Reds, but there's less focus on the important fact that Liverpool also lost a lot of players. Hughes had to sell and loan fringe and important squad players like Tyler Morton, Harvey Elliott, and Gerald Quansah. On top of that, key stars left the team too. Luis Diaz, most notably, but Darwin Núñez and Kostas Tsimikas had also played a key role in Liverpool's title success. Not to mention Diogo Jota, who will forever be remembered at Anfield and whose legacy will live on for eternity. On the face of it all, Liverpool looked like a team who brought in a lot of players. But in reality, they merely replaced the players who were leaving, and in some cases, they didn't replace them at all. Diaz is the obvious example. Liverpool didn't bring in anyone to fill the void he would leave. Even though last season he was the only player in the team who could regularly take on his opponents in 1-versus-1 situations, Liverpool decided not to buy an out-and-out replacement for him. Instead, there was a decision to promote Rio YNWA to the first team. Whether this was Arne Slot's decision or from the boardroom is moot. However, it's clear that YNWA is getting nowhere near the same minutes as Diaz did. Slot right now simply doesn't seem to think he's ready to play. That's normal. YNWA is 17 years old. You'd have to be a super talent to be ready at that age. But it does mean Liverpool need to find a replacement for Diaz, and it looks like that could happen in the January transfer window. We wrote a report about how Antoine Semenyo wants to join Liverpool. The Ghanaian international seems like an ideal fit. He's that direct player who loves to take on defenders that Liverpool are missing right now. At the same time, he's also got the intensity in him to play press and harass his opponents. He's one of the best in the Premier League in both areas. And it seems like he's keen on making a move in the January transfer window, confirming that he is ready to leave and join a different club in a few months' time. According to a report from Indicala, Semenyo has asked to leave Bournemouth in the January window. This pretty much confirms the winger who has been world-class recently also wants that move to Anfield. And it's one Hughes should definitely entertain. Semenyo is a player who is needed right now. Liverpool received transfer boost as defender is refusing to sign new contract at his club. Liverpool's hopes of landing a new centre-back have received a significant boost, with Borussia Dortmund defender Nico Schlotterbeck reportedly unwilling to renew his contract at Signal Iduna Park. According to Bild, the 25-year-old German international has grown increasingly frustrated with manager Niko Kovac's tactical approach and is considering a move away from the club. The report claims Schlotterbeck is unhappy with Dortmund's defensive setup under Kovac, which prioritizes a more conservative, risk-averse style of play. Having built his reputation as a ball-playing center-half who thrives in progressive systems, Schlotterbeck's current role has reportedly left him feeling restricted and undervalued. Liverpool received boost to sign Nico Schlotterbeck. With his contract set to expire in the summer of 2027, the player's reluctance to extend his deal has alerted a host of top European clubs, Liverpool chief among them. The Reds, who are expected to restructure their defense in 2026, see Schlotterbeck as an ideal candidate to complement Virgil van Dijk or even succeed him in the long term. Liverpool manager Arne Slot has made strengthening the defensive line a priority, particularly amid growing uncertainty over Ibrahima Konaté's future. The French defender, who could leave on a free transfer next summer, has yet to agree to an extension, prompting the Reds to explore alternatives. Alongside Schlotterbeck, Marc Guéhi of Crystal Palace also remains high on the club's shortlist. Reds face competition to sign the German defender. However, Liverpool will face stiff competition for Schlotterbeck's signature. Bild reports that Bayern Munich are also monitoring the situation closely. The Bavarian giants have reportedly inquired about his availability, but relations between the two clubs could complicate any domestic transfer. For Liverpool, this development could prove crucial. With the club already scouting Bundesliga talent as part of their defensive rebuild, Schlotterbeck's situation presents a rare opportunity to secure a proven, left-footed defender in his prime years. My agent is taking care of it. Liverpool transfer target breaks silence on his future. Liverpool set to receive January offer after Marc Guéhi nightmare as attack planned. Serie A giants AC Milan have not given up hope of signing Liverpool defender Joe Gomez, according to the latest reports from Italy. The 28-year-old was tipped to make the move to San Siro on deadline day of the summer transfer window, but the deal reportedly fell through due to Liverpool's inability to secure a replacement. The Reds had been heavily linked with Crystal Palace captain Marc Guéhi, and a 35-meter move was believed to be on the verge of completion before the London club pulled the plug in the final hours of the window. Guéhi is now expected to see out his contract at Selhurst Park and become a free agent next summer, although Liverpool will no doubt face fierce competition for his signature from Europe's elite. Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and Barcelona are among the clubs to have been linked with the England defender. Ahead of his expected free agency, Liverpool did strengthen their defensive ranks with the signing of teenage center-back Giovanni Leone from Parma. However, after the 18-year-old suffered an ACL injury on his debut for the Reds against Southampton in the Carabao Cup in September, keeping hold of Gomez has proved a masterstroke, with Ibrahima Konate and Virgil van Dijk the only other fit senior central defenders at the club. That said, if the latest reports from Italy are to be believed, Liverpool's resolve over Gomez will once again be tested in January. Corriere dello Sport claimed that Milan will not waste any time this time around and intend to move swiftly when the transfer window reopens. The report adds that discussions with Gomez had progressed well, and that it was not the player's desire to move, which caused the deal to collapse. Sporting director Iglitare is said to still have the Reds' current longest-serving player firmly in his sights, with an attack on the way, as the outlet describes. Gomez has made just 7 appearances across all competitions so far this season, totaling 238 minutes. His lack of first-team action was a key factor behind the summer transfer speculation, so it remains to be seen whether continued limited opportunities under Arne Slot could once again prompt the defender to consider a move away. Having signed for Liverpool in 2015, Gomez has made just shy of 250 appearances across all competitions. He remains under contract at Anfield until 2027, and it is currently unclear how much Milan would be willing to pay for his services. Richard Hughes agrees. Genius 29-maners transfer to replace cult hero. Richard Hughes deserves a lot of credit for his work in the summer, but his best transfer may have been a 29-maners deal that didn't happen this year. So much change has happened at Liverpool over the course of the last 12 months. It's a miracle, really, that amid all of that change, Arne Slot was able to deliver a Premier League title. Liverpool are now the most successful team in England with 20th league titles to their name and 6 Champions League triumphs. This summer it seemed like Hughes was gearing up for another league title challenge and building a super team ready to conquer it all. With a lot of money spent and big names arriving, that just hasn't quite seemed like a reality so far in the campaign. It is early days, though, but being 8 points adrift during the November international break makes it a difficult climb for Slot's side to get back on level terms with. Arsenal. Hughes got a lot of praise in the summer, and now he's getting a bit of flack for supposedly not getting things right. It's all a little bit unfair. It's not Hughes' fault that Crystal Palace pulled the plug on the Marc Guéhi transfer right at the last minute. It's also not his fault that Giovanni Leone got a season-ending injury in his first game for the club. Unfortunately, some things are out of a sporting director's control, and the blame should not be on Hughes alone. It's also important not to overlook Hughes' success. some of Liverpool's signings have settled in well and have caught the eye. Hugo Ekitike is becoming a fan favorite. Meanwhile, fans have overlooked how seamlessly he replaced a cult hero in Kieran Kelleher. Given Alisson's injury record, for years now it's been essential for Liverpool to have a world-class second-choice keeper. Kelleher was that for several seasons until he finally decided to leave to join Brentford in the summer. By that point, Hughes had already replaced the club's cult hero, with Georgi Mamardashvili in what was a genius move from the Liverpool man. For just 29 Mirror BBC, Hughes secured one of the biggest goalkeeping prospects in world football and convinced him to be Alisson's understudy for potentially 1 or maybe even 2 years. He did that all in the summer of 2024, having the premonition to prepare Liverpool for Kelleher's eventual departure, and in Alisson's absence, Mamardashvili has only confirmed just how good of a business that was. The Georgian has been brilliant through difficult times. He has made important saves and even stopped an Erling Haaland penalty. The latter is so crucial because Kelleher was a penalty-saving expert too. He won the League Cup final for Liverpool with his heroics back in 2022. As Sky Sports have pointed out, Mamardashvili's save versus Haaland was his 6th since the 2023-24 season, which is more than any other goalkeeper in Europe's top 5 leagues. That's a remarkable statistic, and it proves the 29mm star has been a genius replacement for Kelleher.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. See you next time.